Hello and welcome to a webinar about the Community Money Service from Faithworks. So hello and welcome. My name is Stacey Miller. I coordinate and lead on the BCP Together app and webpage. And this is Dawn. Thanks for joining us today, Dawn. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, Stacey, and it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Brilliant, thank you. So you work for Faithworks, but do you mind just telling us a little bit about what they do?
Yeah, so Faithworks is a local Christian charity, and we work with people who are in crisis to journey through the crisis and empower them with the skills and tools to take back control of their life. That could be through homeless work, food banks, lone parents, and ourselves, community money advice and recovery, so dealing with addictions.
Okay, so fair amount there. So you work in the community money advice service, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we're the community money advice is actually another national organisation, and they enable either community groups or churches to provide debt advice locally in their local community, to be able to reach out to those experiencing financial crisis, really, and to be able to work in the person's best interest to put the appropriate debt solution in place to help them move forward with their life.
Okay, I think anyone would argue that that's really well needed at the moment. So it's amazing that you guys exist. How would someone access you? Is it restricted to a location, for example?
No, so we're available to anyone within the community that's experienced either financial crisis or problems, or even just wants to talk to someone about budgeting. We have teams, all our teams are located in the local food banks. So the Faithworks food banks of Poole, Wimborne, Blandford and Christchurch. And then we've got 3 teams in 3 of the Trussell Trust food banks based at Boscombe, Citygate Church in Bournemouth and Bournemouth Community Church in Winton. So the service is accessible to all. It's free, it's confidential, it's non-judgmental. We're not here to judge people and why they've got into the position they're in. We're here to help them journey out of that state. And we're regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority, so people can be assured that we're working in their best interest, not necessarily the creditor's best interest.
Yeah, so you're not affiliated to anyone or anything like that. Yeah.
No.
Okay, that's amazing. So it sounds like we're very lucky to have you. So if you were to give a top tip to anyone, because it's nice to have a little bit of tips at the moment around anything for people that might be watching this webinar, can you give like a top tip?
Yeah, I think my top tip would be actually speak to someone sooner rather than later. I hit financial crisis myself back in 2008. And it was like a massive burden lifted off my shoulders when I spoke to my debt advisor. They just gave me some simple tips like, if your creditors are phoning you, remove your phone number. If they've got a contact address, they don't need a phone number. But speak to someone, because actually it's never as bad as it seems. And we can help share that burden and lift that burden and put the appropriate debt solution in place. And that can be life-changing. It certainly was for me. I'm finally debt free. It's been a long journey, but I got there, and it's amazing. You know, it's an amazing feeling, and it's an amazing feeling helping other people on that journey as well.
I love that, Dawn. I think that's super important in the field of work that we all work in, that we have a bit of lived experience, because then we know how it feels, don't we? We can know how, I think, alone people can feel. So if you've been there and done it and you've been debt free for a while now, then hopefully that gives them hope, doesn't it? To say to everyone, if you are needing a bit of advice, come and speak to Dawn or someone in the team. And if they can't help, they'll know someone who can, or just like, it's all about working in collaboration with other organisations as well, isn't it? So
yes, certainly. We've got some great working partnerships across BCP and the wider area. And I love the fact that actually we're all working for the common goal of helping our community. And that's the most important thing. So, there's other areas of specialism that we link people into. And also, once you get into this line of work, we're a lot more aware of all the services that are out there to support people. So, you know, you might come to us and share your story, because we're here to listen, and we know that the clients actually, them sharing their story is actually a really important part of the journey.
Yeah.
And it might come up that there's other areas of your life that you need support and help in, and we can signpost or refer you to, you know, to some amazing organisations across the area that can help with other areas of life.
I love that. Thank you so much. I think, like you say, we're here to help the local community. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed and got some great information from this webinar. And thanks very much, Dawn.
Thank you. Take care.